Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Sean. So today's going to be a little bit of an experimental video. We got a party coming up in a few weeks, so I want to do something. So back in December, me and Christina, we went to the Dominican Republic, and their big drink down there is Mamajuana. They love that stuff. It goes with everything. If you're not feeling good, have it. It's their cure-all. So while we were down there, I bought 2 bags of the root and the bark that is essential to making it, and the other ingredients you can get anywhere, whatever variety you want. So today I'm going to be making homemade Mamajuana. So I got a good size mason jar of a sort. I got the 2 bags of the root and the bark. All right. I got some ShopRite honey. This is probably more than enough honey. I'm not sure exactly how much I did need to get. The other ingredient is rum. Again, nothing specific. However you want to go about it. So I got a what is this? Brinley, right? Brinley Gold Shipwreck rum. So this seems like this is going to be interesting. And then then you use a red wine with it. So I got a nice Guillermo Mendoza Malbec Red. I have a thing. It's a product of Argentina. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I like Malbecs. So I'm going to go through. I'm just kind of going to not wing it, because I've seen a couple videos just to be sure, based on how it's been described and how to do it too. But the bag here, this is all the roots and the bark and everything for what's needed. And the cool thing about this is, you see there, that pretty much filled up most of it, is supposedly they say that the bark, I've heard 2 different things. I've heard that, so let's just say if I want to make more Mamajuana down the road, I can just use the same bark. I don't have to buy new stuff. I've heard that, it's infinitely good. It never runs out or anything like that. And I've also heard other things that it's got about a 10-12 year span in terms of getting like the roots and all the taste of that stuff that you can use. And then once you get in that 10-12 year period, then realistically, then you should buy more fresh root. So I don't know in that case what is right and what is wrong, but I'm just going by what I know in that point. I'm going to give this a little shake to see if I can get this root to settle, to fit in the rest of it. I bought a much bigger bottle. It was way too big, so I had to return that to get something that was kind of more on par here, because what happens is you don't want to use a crazy amount of liquid and not have enough root. You want to have the liquid completely soaked in all of the root, because that's where that additional flavor and some of the other stuff is coming from. So I got to really get this all jammed and tight here. So this is going to be the Mamajuana jar for the rest of its life. And again, I got this other little bit right here I really don't want to throw out. I want to see if I can get this in here as much as possible. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to use all this other stuff, but let's just give it a shot, see how much I can jam in there. So today is a Sunday. It's a decently warm day out. I'd say it's probably somewhere in the range of about in the mid 80s, 84, 85, 86 degrees out, something like that. So let's see. That's the top of the jar. I can probably squeeze in a little bit more. And then what happens is, in terms of the sense of this being a drink, you don't drink this like you're gonna drink normal stuff. This is ow, that hurt. This is strictly shot. You just pour a shot. That's how you go about drinking this. This isn't a normal type thing where you're gonna drink a glass full of vodka and cranberry. Nothing like that. So I think that's as much as I'm getting in here. I'll try to get these last little bits to kind of go up on top, but It seems like for the two bags of the root that we had, the size of this bottle, it's actually perfect. So let's just do that. Okay. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and they say that the ideal mixture is, what is it? I think it's 40% wine, 40% rum, 20% sugar. I think that's what they say is ideal. You can pretty much mix it up, do whatever variety you want. It doesn't necessarily matter, but there's everyone's got their different versions. So this is pretty good on here. All right, so I'm gonna start with the wine. The wine I'm gonna pour in first and do that nice and slowly. All right, let me see if I can get I'm gonna try and straighten out the camera here, so this way as I'm filling up right here, so you can see the bottom of the jar. Let me try to find a prop so I can set this up. I might have something right here. Oh, here we go. This is even better. Me and Christina, we like our board games, so we're going to use the box for the Speak Out game. That's the one where you have that funky dentist-style mouthpiece in your mouth, and you got to say stuff, and the other person's got to try to figure out what you're saying. So let me just move over all these little bits here. Put this box down. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly pour in the wine. And you can see that filling in. Oh. All right. Oh. 1 second. Oh. Alright, so the wine is dripping out the bottle a little bit, so I just want to make sure not to get wine all over the place. So I just want to keep this as clean as possible as we go. Alright. Let's say we're getting close. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, a little bit more. I'd say that's just about good. I think just a little bit more, and then but I'd say we're getting close in terms of the wine. Yeah, I'd say it's probably about right. So it's probably good with the wine for now. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this box now, because at this point it's all going to be coming up above. And you can see it looks like it's probably filled about 40-45% just on the basis of the wine alone. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break up the honey a little bit. I'm going to put some honey in here now. And let it seep down. Give that some time. So kind of let go through, let that seep down, kind of get on top of the wine. And then what I'm going to do is then I'm going to pour in the rum, and then once I've filled in pretty much the remaining level with the rum, then what I'll do is I'll do a decent last remaining amount with honey. And you can see it's actually slowly settling down. If you can see right here, you see there's the honey, and then it's making its way down. So this is going to be good. It's going to be exciting. Me and Christine, we've been wanting to make this stuff for a long time, and we couldn't think of the right occasion or situation to do it. So you figure, they say generally what you got to do is, the reason I'm doing it now, even though the party's in a few weeks, they say that when you do this, you have to let it sit for, I don't know if it's 7 to 10 or if it's like 10 to 14, but it's, I know that 10 number is in there. And they say the longer that you let it sit, the better of a taste you're going to have with it. So at this point, like I said, we've got 2 weeks. So, at least we're on the minimal side of it. And then, again, once we're done with this, we can just basically pour it straight out of here, whatever the case we want to do, and use this root completely over again to make another, you see batch. This is, I forget what this is. I want to think that this is probably a little over a gallon, maybe. I want to say maybe about 1.25 gallons, gallon and a half. I'm not quite sure. But you see here, the honey is just making its way down a little bit. And then if you look, if you could see up top here, you can see that there's a good amount still drenched with the honey, but it's making its way all the way around. So if you look, where is it? Is it right here? It's kind of slowly making its way down. So it's definitely going to get in there. And then obviously, so I'm going to switch over. I think I've done a decent amount of honey just to kind of get in there as a coating, to kind of get that taste. Now we're going to put in, it's a special rum. Like I said, it's the Brinley Gold Shipwreck. So this actually looks like this is going to be good. I'm not much of a rum drinker, but this looks like something I think I would want to try. And it's got a nice caramel color to it. So let's get a fresh paper towel here to prevent it from leaking out as I'm pouring it into this main bottle here. And you see it's slowly starting to fill up. That took a good amount of that bottle. Oh. Alright, so that was actually a good amount of honey there. But again, obviously, like I said, you can see where right here, this is pretty much, even what you want the honey to completely settle because it's thick, so it's going to take some time to get down in there. And you want it to basically get as much fill to the top as you can. And then we're going to seal it. Maybe pour just a little bit more rum in there, just kind of, so it's got a nice taste with the honey. I'm going to try this rum, man. That looks so good. Say it looks like it's just about filled to the top. I'm going to so just by pushing this down this little bit here, some actually red wine has actually kind of seeped through to the top. So I ain't gonna push my luck with that anymore. This is gonna be where I seal it. So, sealed nice and tight. Now again, this is just gonna, and this doesn't even have to be refrigerated. You can just basically, you just want to do this a little bit just to work in the honey a little bit more. All right, because obviously the wine and the rum being a thinner, more liquidy type substance compared to what the honey is. So this will work in the honey, and this will help all three of the liquids kind of get some sort of mixture going on and really get into the roots. But yeah, this can pretty much just sit right here on whether it's on the table, the counter, a nice little decoration conversation piece for the coffee table. But this doesn't have to get refrigerated. Not even when you want to go to drink it. You don't even have to do that. It doesn't have to be served cold. It's one of those room temperature type things. So I'm just going to give this one a little bit more open, just to take a look at the top, just to see if the honey, how well. Oh yeah. See, you can't. It's going to be really hard to see. But if you look at that, that's the lid. So in there you can see basically how much the rum and the wine has really mixed with the honey. I'm going to put this. Oh, phone's ringing. So I'm just going to put a little bit more in here just to kind of seal this off. Probably shouldn't. Don't want to necessarily push my luck too much, because again, I want to have a little bit of room in there. But this is the final seal. So this is good. So today is what's today? Today's the 21st. So you figure I'm not going to be touching this bottle until I would say probably September 2nd at the earliest, because the party's the 3rd. So I may open it up the day before just to kind of take a little bit of a piece. So we'll see. But you saw how easy it was. Like I said, the honey doesn't matter. It can be anything you want. The red wine, you can, again, anything you want. The rum, anything you want. Those obviously different flavors you pick, that's your taste. And the ratio, 40-40-20, so it's 40 wine, 40 rum, 20 honey. They say that's about ideal, but again, you can change that. And the more you have of something, it's going to change that. There's no right or wrong way to make it. The most important thing is you have to have the root. We got it in the Dominican Republic when we went, like I said, back in December. But I've actually looked, whether it's Amazon or there are other places online where you can actually go and you can actually buy the root and the bark online. So I'm curious to see how this is going to come out, and I'm sure in about 2-3 weeks' time I'll let you know. Have a good day.